Hello, nice to meet you. Likewise. So, what do you do for work? Um, I'm retired. Excuse me? Just kidding. I do investment stuff. Oh, okay. Hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to On Cash Flow, where I help you become a master of your own cash flow. Now let's get started. So what actually is regret? Well, according to the dictionary definition, regret means to feel sad or disappointed over something that happened or has been done, especially a lost or a missed opportunity. And while I think that regret is a hard word to use for this video, that's what we're going to be using. In reality, I have no regrets.
That's my credo. No regrets. You have no regrets?
Before we get on to the 5 things that I regret the most after retiring by age 27, let me give you a little quick background story on my journey to financial independence. So I retired at the ripe old age of 27 from a regular W-2 job, and I started making actual withdrawals from my investments in January of 2021. That was when I took my first asset withdrawal. And I started out my career in the military, where I was in the Marines for 5 years on active duty. That's when I first started saving and learning about financial independence, investing, and all that good stuff. After I exited active duty, I went to college full-time on the post 9/11 GI Bill, so I got paid to go to classes, and I also worked part-time during that time, so I was still continuing to save for financial independence. My primary investment strategy has been broad-based index funds since I first started investing in pretty much 2013, and now when I actually sought to become financially independent, I use geographic arbitrage to move from a high cost of living area in Southern California to a low cost of living area in Tennessee. And along with that, I didn't retire fully and just stop doing anything that resembles earning income. I do work on my YouTube small business. Before that, I was working on SEO websites. I house hack, earn a little bit of money from my primary residence, and more recently I have became a real estate investor by buying rental properties. So by the traditional definition, I am definitely not retired, but in my mind I am retired from the 9-to-5 W-2 job. For this particular video, I was actually inspired to make this video after watching a video from another YouTuber, Joe, where he talked about his retirement regrets. He retired at a more traditional age in his early 50s, but still that is early retirement. I will mention Joe's video again at the end of this video, so please make sure you stay to the end if you want to check out his video. Let's talk about the first regret that I have, and that is that I primarily pursued the Roth IRA ladder strategy versus just directly contributing to my Roth IRA. Throughout my working career, I was always in a relatively low tax bracket because of my unique tax circumstances and because I wasn't really earning that much income. I was never in a really high income bracket. And while I did contribute some money to my Roth accounts, I also contributed some money to my traditional accounts. But it might have been simpler for me to contribute more money directly to my Roth accounts. So now I wouldn't have to do so many Roth IRA conversions. Now, don't get me wrong, the Roth IRA ladder conversion strategy, I think is still one of the best strategies for most people to achieve early financial independence, or even just throughout their regular retirement, in order to get more money into a Roth IRA at a lower tax bracket. But specifically for my case, I was always in either the 10% or the 12% federal marginal tax bracket. So I never really had to worry about paying a high percentage of my income towards taxes. I could have taken advantage of those low tax brackets and just made direct IRA contributions to my Roth IRA and took in the 10% hit or the 12% hit on some of those dollars. Now here's regret number 2 for you. Actually thinking that I was going to retire. It feels like I'm very far from that. If you look at the traditional definition of retirement, it's pretty much ceasing to work and not earning any income ever again, right? By that definition, I have definitely failed at retirement because I keep pursuing more and more things that are earning me income. Maybe not a significant income, maybe not as much income as it would if I just stayed in a 9-to-5 job. However, when I was planning to retire at 27, I was assuming that I was never gonna make any income again. What a joke. Because as a human being, it's pretty much within all of us to have a strong desire to create value, to contribute to something, to build something, and that stays strong whether you're on the path to financial independence or not. So some of the things I have been pursuing in my early retirement include things such as becoming a rental property investor, looking for that rental income, house hacking my primary residence, earning some income from that as well, going after bank bonuses, moving some money around and getting lucrative interest payments on the amount of money that I deposit into banks, going after credit card rewards and credit card bonuses. So all of these different things and many more are things that I have been pursuing that have earned me a small amount of income. So if you think that you're going to retire early and you're never going to earn any income again, it's probably not going to happen. Now, you want to know something that I never regretted doing? Hitting the like button on this video. If you're watching this video, I've already hit the like button on it, and I think that you should as well. You will not regret it, and it would help me out so much tremendously. So please hit that like button if you're enjoying this video so far. Okay, but seriously, let's move on to regret number 3. Regret number 3 is I regret wasting so much time digging into the numbers, building all these spreadsheets over and over again, and running different scenarios. I think this was actually a waste of time at the end of the day, going so in depth in it, having so many spreadsheets and spending so many hours looking at them and seeing, are these numbers going to work? Because you can build all the spreadsheets that you want. You can include all the different scenarios that you want. You can look at worst case scenarios, best case scenarios, average scenarios, yada, yada, yada. However, it's probably not going to play out like that in reality. I think what I should have done better is utilize modern technology to do these tasks for me. And that's what I do more now, and that's what I experiment with on this channel sometimes to actually estimate retirement, estimate safe withdrawal rates, and all this kind of stuff. So for example, 2 things that I love playing around with is the Personal Capital Retirement Planner. So they have a free tool on Personal Capital. After you link all of your accounts on there, you can start creating scenarios for retirement, and they use actual future predictions in order to estimate how good of a plan you have for your early retirement or for your regular retirement. I have an affiliate relationship with Personal Capital, so if you sign up for their software and you link your accounts on there, I might get a small commission for that. So I'd really appreciate it if you use one of my links. But there's a new one that I actually have been playing with as well, known as New Retirement. And this tool is actually brought up to me by a subscriber of On Cashflow. So thank you very much for that. I've played around with New Retirement because they are a very in-depth financial tool for planning your retirement. And I've reached out to New Retirement and also developed a affiliate relationship with them. So I have a link for them as well. If you go to oncashflow.com/resources, you can check it out. I'm still learning how to use their software, and there's probably going to be some future videos on that as well. But the point is that you need to get out of the spreadsheets. It takes up too much of your time. There is modern technology that can make much better assumptions for your retirement planning, and they can do it in a fraction of the time. And I don't want you to be like me and to be afflicted with a spreadsheet disease. My next early retirement regret at number 4 on this list is when it comes to my home. At the end of 2020, I purchased a home for cash in a low cost of living area in Tennessee. And it's a pretty good home and it served me very, very well. Don't get me wrong. It was also really great for actually developing a house hacking strategy and renting out the finished basement to make some extra income. However, I think that I should have spent a little bit more time finding a better fit for me. Don't get me wrong, I think I made a really great decision. However, I didn't spend as much time as I think I should have for such a large purchase. And I think in the near future, I might want to actually pivot and choose something else. I still want to pursue house hacking, so I do need to find something that's going to fit that criteria. But if I could do it all over again, maybe I would just try to find something that was a better fit early on and spend a little bit more time and have a little bit more research before I choose to make such a large, life-changing purchase. Now, really quick, I want to know from you in the comments below. No matter how far along on your financial independence or retirement journey you are, do you have any regrets so far? Do you have any regrets, like personal regrets, maybe small things that you would have changed that you did or didn't do in the past? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear what you have to say. But getting on to number 5 on this list for me is one that I think is my biggest regret that I have. And believe it or not, it has nothing to do with finances. I regret not building my social network before I achieved financial independence and before I left full-time work. I performed geographic arbitrage and I moved to a completely new location, a lower cost of living location, in order to become financially independent. However, I didn't have any social network in place at this new location. And so that has been a struggle for me in order to find social interaction and, fulfill those basic human needs that we all have. I didn't realize how much of that social interaction actually comes from working. You actually do get a lot of your social needs met through work. And if you don't have that regular 9-to-5 job, you might not get those social needs and you have to go somewhere else in order to get those. Luckily, I have taken plenty of steps in order to alleviate that and build a new social network in a new location where I live. So it can be fixed. However, I think that you should definitely plan and build your social network before you actually choose to leave full-time work. I want to thank Joe for creating his video, which inspired me to make this video. If you want to check out his video about his regrets that he has when he retired early in his early 50s, then his video is going to pop up on the screen right after I get off the screen. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Zach from OnCashflow.com, and I hope to see you next time. Look wet. I have to pull something up real quick.